Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight on this Monday night for the Amanda Manigault Beauty Talk Show? So here I am again with you guys another night, and I just want to say welcome one, welcome all, and just welcome. Tonight we're going to have a wonderful time, but before we get started, just make sure you get relaxed, comfortable, get you some water, some wine, whatever it is that you want to get. Go ahead and get it and get comfortable before I get started. I'm going to give you guys time to, just get all set up and all of that good stuff. Okay? 1 minute. So basically tonight, we're going to be talking about giving you 5 tools to help you build your business. That's basically what we're going to be doing tonight. And so for those who don't know me, I had to do an intro because there should be some new people on here, and hopefully we do have new people. I'm always interested and always welcome to new people on my lives. But tonight we're just gonna, basically relax. I want to introduce myself to you, give you a moment to get to know me. I'm Amanda Manigault. I've been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. And here I am now. I'm very passionate about what I do, passionate about giving back to others. Basically, my overall goal is my quest to basically help others build and open up small businesses, beauty salon businesses, and help you build your business, create success fast. Because I know this younger generation, they want it fast. That's their whole thing. They live in this microwavable world and they want everything fast. So it's my goal to give it to you fast. I want to give it to you fast and help you design the lifestyle that you always dreamed of. Because the bottom line is we all want to we all want to build our businesses, but most importantly, you want to live a very comfortable life and you want to live the life that you've always dreamed of. The worst thing in the world is when you work all day, all night, and you never get a chance to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that's my main thing now, is about helping others build their businesses. And so, who do I focus on? Who's my target market? Well, basically, as I said earlier, if you're a small business, you are welcome to be here because most of the things that we talk about are for businesses in general. But for the most part, I put a special emphasis on beauty students and beauty professionals. Why? Because I've been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. 40 years, y'all. Yes, from hair braiding to coloring to styling to cutting to educating to coaching, beauty school evaluator. I'm a professional. I'm a licensed instructor. So basically, I've done a little bit of everything in the industry. And so that makes me overqualified to be here tonight to speak to you about the things that we're going to be speaking about. And so I'm excited. I'm excited because, there are so many people that call me, Amanda, how do you do this? Or Amanda, how do you do that? And basically, this platform was designed so that I can answer all questions at one time. Excuse me. That light right there. I can answer all questions at one time. So I'm excited to be able to do that because it's hard and, I say quite difficult when you're trying to, meet everybody's needs. So basically what I do now is I started my marketing and consulting business, and that's the platform for me to basically be able to do what I'm doing now. So what does that mean? What does all that mean? Basically, um, what I do is I consider myself the one-stop shop. Basically where you can find anything you want to know about beauty, ask Amanda. You can go to my website and you'll be able to find anything. Where does that start at? That starts from the beginning stage. If you're interested and becoming licensed in the field of cosmetology, barbering, nail tech, esthetician, hair designer, hair braider, whatever it is, that's what I do because I am a beauty school as well. So I can help you become licensed in any of those fields. And then after you become licensed, it's my quest to help you become employed. Yes, absolutely, employed. So I focus on building relationships with salon owners or anybody, massage parlors, nail salons. I build relationships with other professionals so that I can help students or anybody in the beauty industry become employed and become employed the right way. And so after you become employed, then I tap you into our beauty association, which is where you can join and stay tapped in, stay current, up to date with all the latest knowledge and empowerment about the industry that you so desire to be in, and that's the beauty industry. So that's where I fit in. And then finally, which brings me here today with marketing and consulting, I am here because this is the part where I help you build your business. If you want to take advanced training, I have advanced training classes. And so we're going to get into all of that stuff. If you need to renew your cosmetology license, I do continuing education license renewal. And I do beauty school evaluations where I go into other beauty schools and I evaluate them for accreditation. So those are some of the things that I do. And I always like to let you know what I do because you're saying, who's this girl on here talking every week? Because yes, I'm on here every Monday night at 8 o'clock. So tell a neighbor, tell a friend, and take the time right now to share, like, follow, subscribe wherever you're watching me from, wherever it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching me from. Take the time to take a moment to share and like. And also, tell me a little bit about you. Write in the comments your name, where you're from, and what you do. Tell me a little bit about you. Because tonight we're going to have a good time. We're going to relax. We're going to be empowered with some new information. And then on top of that, we're going to have a guest on tonight, and his name is Reggie. He's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, my home state, and he is the host of the Empowerment Zone radio show, and he is a specialist when it comes to networking. And networking falls into basically every topic you can get in when it comes to marketing and consulting. So tonight, like I told you, I'm going to give you five tools to help you reach potential new clients. Okay. So that's basically what we're going to do. And so, like I said, let me know where you're from and all of that good stuff. And I also have a giveaway as well. I have a special giveaway for you guys tonight for those who are participating in this live. So hang with me tonight and just sit back and relax, and we're gonna have a good time. And so what does that mean as far as 5 tools to help you reach potential clients? Basically, I talk to people every day, like I told you. I get phone calls, I get messages, and one of the most popular thing lately is people saying, I just don't have time for social media. I don't have time to post all day. I don't have time to engage, especially if I'm standing behind a chair doing hair all day. You know, if I'm standing behind a chair doing hair all day, it's like super difficult for me to be on social media all day. But the thing about it is your clients are on social media all day. So what I've done is I've done my research and I have um, developed some tools, not developed, but I found some tools that I use to help make things easier for me. Most people think I'm on social media all day. They really do. Girl, every time I get on social media, I see you. But guess what? I, for the most part, I'm not on social media all day. Most of the time, my posts are scheduled. Yes, they're scheduled, which means I do this stuff in advance. I do all my work basically on a Sunday night. I take about 45 minutes to an hour. And I think that's where we ended on my last live, where we were talking about taking time out, an hour or two, to prepare for your week. Success is all about preparation, y'all. It's all about preparation. If you prepare, you will succeed. And so, what I do is every Sunday night, I take about 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes 2 hours. I allow myself at least 2 hours. I don't know which direction this hair is going in, so y'all excuse me. I allow myself at least 2 hours to hair is getting in my eyes, to prepare myself for the next week. And that way I get all my material. If I'm live, I get my material together. If I got a post, I get all my stuff together. But basically, when you see my material on social media, that don't mean I'm on social media right now. That just means I have scheduled my material. So that's what I'm going to show you tonight. I'm going to show you at least five tools that I use to help make things easier for me to reach potential clients. And I'm not spending a whole lot of time on social media. Okay. I got to get this little piece of hair that's bothering me, y'all. It is bothering me. So let me just put this stuff over to the side so it won't be in my eyes. I don't like hair in my eyes. Okay. So basically, that's where we're at. I am going to show you I am going to show you the tools that I use. One of the tools that I use is called Meet Edgar. And what that is spelled Meetedger. And so what that is, it's a tool that lets you schedule your posts. You can probably set up, no, you can set up, I think you can set up all of them by Instagram. I know you can set up Facebook, your Facebook pages, your Facebook groups, but it won't let you set up Instagram on there, but it lets you set up all of that stuff. And then there's another one that I use called Hootsuite, which I like Hootsuite because you can set up all of them, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Hootsuite is spelled Hootsuites. And so basically there I can set up my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and all my social media platforms on one page. I can look at all my stuff. I can see my timelines and my feed, my news feeds, and see what's going on. I can comment on each one if I want to. And that makes it easy. You know, it makes my day easy. It makes things flow. And the most important is you can schedule up to 30 to 60 days, sometimes further out. You can schedule your post. So if I have a post and I know that I want to drop it on Friday at 5 o'clock, or a video that I want to post on Friday at 5 o'clock, guess what? I can go in and schedule that video to post on Friday at 5 o'clock. So y'all thinking on Friday at 5 o'clock that Amanda Manigault is on Facebook. In all actuality, I'm not. You know, I have a lot to do, so I'm not on Facebook all day and all night like y'all think I am. So that's one of the tools. Well, that's two: Meet Edgar and then Hootsuite. Those are two tools that I use. I actually use both of them, and then I have a third tool that I use specifically for Instagram because Instagram, like I said, the first one, doesn't have Instagram. And that's called Plan, Plann. And that's an app that you can use and go on Instagram and schedule all your posts in advance. Again, you can schedule them, 30 days, 60 days, however you want to schedule it out. That's called Plan, Plann. And so what you want to do, guys, is you want to find tools that's going to make your life easier, that's going to make your life successful without, having to spend a whole lot of time on social media. Because truth be told, if you're spending more than 2-3 hours on social media all day and you're not making no money off of it, that's a problem. You do not need to be on social media 24/7 if you're not getting paid. So whatever you're doing, if you're getting paid, hey, do what you want to do. But if you're just hanging out on social media all day, and sometimes it's not intentional. Sometimes you go on there to do one thing, and guess what? You looked up and you've been on social media for 2 hours. So basically, these are the tools that I use to help me be more successful and to help me prioritize my time so that I am not, so that I can kill two birds in one stone. So by me utilizing those 2 hours, and when I'm using those 2 hours, guess what? My phone is off. I'm not doing 1,000 things at one time. That is the time that I have allotted to basically handle the business that I am supposed to handle. So those are two things. Now, another one that a lot of people take for granted for whatever the reason is one of my favorite tools is actually Messenger. Why is Messenger my favorite tool? Messenger is one of my favorite tools because Messenger allows me to connect it to my website, to all my websites. If you go on amandamanigault.com right now or blackgirlbeauty.com right now, the first thing that's going to pop up is my Messenger. So if anybody's on my website and they have a question, they could just message me on Messenger, and boom, what does that do? It comes right to my phone, whether I have my notifications on or off. If they're off, I can choose to go and check them later. While I'm on social media, I can check my Messenger. So Messenger is a great tool to help you build your business and save you from having to answer questions all the time. People may have questions and they can send you that question while they're on Facebook, or if it's connected to your website or whatever it is, they can message you through Messenger. So you need to connect Messenger to your website. How do you do that? The first thing you want to make sure, if you are a business person and you're running a business, do you have a business page, or are you doing everything from your personal page? If you're doing it from your personal page, of course, you have Messenger there, but you cannot connect your personal Messenger to your website. You have to have a business Facebook page to connect that Messenger to your website or to whatever else you want to connect it to, because Messenger actually gives you a link. So you can put that link on just about anything you're doing. So in that way, if your customers have a question and they just want to message you, if you have a question, you're stuck or you need an answer to something, and that's a service that's free. Everything I'm telling you about is either free or it's a very, very low cost. So what I'm trying to do is help you build your business without spending a whole lot of money. But guess what? You got to spend some money on yourself. I want to help you and show you how to build your business brick by brick, brick by brick. I know we want it fast, and my goal is to give it to you as fast as possible. But there is a chain of command. There's some steps you have to go through to get where you're trying to get. And most of the time, when we try to rush through those steps, we end up falling short. And I don't want you to do that. My job is to help you succeed fast and build the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. And it's hard to build that lifestyle when you're skipping the steps. We want to get there fast. I want to help you get there fast, but I also want to take you through the proper channel, the proper steps, so that you can be successful fast. You can get it fast and you can go on. And so one of the things I want to tell you is don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing. I know on social media you're looking at Tom, Bob, Bill, Monique, this person and that person, and you see what's going on, and it seems very overwhelming because you feel like, God, I need to be doing this because so and so is doing this and so is doing that. Do not focus on what everybody else is doing. Focus on where you're at and the plan that you have put in place for your business, because everybody's business is different. Everybody's doing different things. Everybody's at a different level. So while you're trying to keep up with what this hair, y'all, while you're trying to keep up with what this person is doing over here, you may miss a step that you need to be doing that's very important to your success. And you don't know, it may look like this person made it fast, but you don't know what all they've been through to get where they had to get. You don't know their story. You don't know what ditches they fell in or what holes they fell in. And they might have got there fast. But guess what? What happened for them may not happen for you. What happened for you may not happen to them. So do not get caught up in what everybody else is doing. I want you to focus on your plan. And if you don't have a plan, guess what? You need to be contacting Amanda quick, fast, and in a hurry. You need to be one of those people putting a message down there. And thinking of message, I'm trying to make sure that uh I can see my hello. I'm home. He's here. Okay, Reggie, what time is it? I'm just a running my mouth. Okay, it's 8:24. I'll be ready for you in a second. Or are you ready to come in? You have to send me a request, Reggie, and then I can let you in. He is here, you guys. He is here. Send me a request, Reggie, and I will let you in. Reggie McGlone, you guys, he is here tonight, all the way from Philadelphia with the Empowerment Zone radio show. And let me tell you, he is something else. I have to tell you the story about how we met a few years ago, and we have been the best of friends ever since. He is wonderful. No, I don't have him. Do you? Okay. He says ready. Did you send me the request, Reggie? He says ready. He said, how do I send you a request? Text him. Okay, Uniqua is going to get you, Reggie. Meanwhile, y'all give us a second. And at the end, after Reggie leaves, we have a segment that's Ask Amanda. And I have a few questions that some people posted earlier in the week. And we're going to answer those questions tonight. Let's see here. Let me see if I can bring Reggie in right here. You can. That's on this one. I don't know if this is the one that's on the page or not. You can listen in. That's the home page. Okay. Give me a second, Reggie. I'm coming. So basically, I am trying to. Oh, maybe I could do it from here. I think I could do it from my phone. That's Instagram. Where's the phone? The one on my page. That's the one I could do it from. Hold on, Reggie. 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Because this one, wait a minute, I'll make sure that Okay, Unique was working on that, Reggie. So basically, another tool while we're getting ready for Reggie, another tool that we use is called Lead Feeder. And what that does is that is a feeder that allows you to monitor who's coming on your website, where they're coming from, and it actually gives you all the analytics on basically everything, and it lets you track how people are coming on your website. Are they coming from Facebook? Are they coming from YouTube? Are they coming from Instagram? It will let you know and it will track that. And that's another way to be able to monitor your customers and prioritize where you want to put your dollars. Do I want to add more money into Facebook ads? Do I want to put more money into Instagram ads? Those are the things that you want to keep up. And that's something that I use, one of the tools that I use to help me track customers, you know, because when you're able to track customers and you're able to monitor where your guests are coming from, it helps you to be able to capture those customers because your goal is basically to get new customers. I can't see. Hold on one second here. McLaurin. Okay, so I am not sure. We're coming, Reggie. She's coming. Okay, because I am over here on my business page, Reggie. I'm just now seeing that, and you're on my personal page. So basically, that's probably the difference, but it should still work. Is it ready, Uniqua? He already made a comment. Probably because he hasn't requested that. Okay, let me see. Reggie, it should be a little button there, and it should say request to I am on my independence at home. Yeah, it should be a little button or something on there that says request to join. Okay, guys, I'm coming. I'm just trying to bring our guest in here. And remember, I have a giveaway for you guys tonight for those who are joining us. You let me see the phone. Let me see the phone. That's why it was important for you to be ready to talk. That's what I tried to tell you. Give me a second. Tell them to go to your page. Reggie, put in your browser Amanda Manigault's Advanced Training Academy. That's where he's at. He's on my page. He's not. He's on Horizon. I'm looking at him. He's on Amanda's Advanced Training. He's going to go to your page. Okay. Okay, Reggie. Oh God, no. Almost canceled the live. Okay, Reggie, go to that page right there and do a request from that page. Click on that link that I just gave you. Anyway, you guys, I have a few questions that was posted on the board while we get ready for Reggie. That was posted on the board. And basically, Uniqua, do you have those questions? Do you have those questions?
Yes, I do. Linda Michelle, her question is
Michelle Lynn.
okay. She said she wants to know about doing outside work, such as contractors. Like, what do you think about how she should go about contracting work? Like, I think she's a makeup artist or something. How does she go about contracting work? We actually have another question as well.
Okay. Are you working on Reggie though?
I'm doing both.
Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, right here, Niqua. If you could send him this link right here, he can get.
I put it in the comments for him to come to your
Okay.
page. If he goes to Amanda Manigault, the live on there, as a matter of fact, I'll send him a message.
Okay, you guys. I apologize. I'm just trying to get my guest in here, you guys. Private guest. Okay, see, I can see him right here. I should be able to bring him in right here then. Reggie. Sure. Sure.
You're not friends with him
Okay.
on here.
I think he's. Are you here now, Reggie?
He's not your friend.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
We're only 4 minutes behind.
Okay. So basically, Michelle Lynn asked to, Michelle Lynn's question was about contracting work. She wanted to know, basically, I'm assuming what you wanted to know, Michelle, is what was my opinion about contracting work. Okay. And this is the deal, Michelle. I think that it depends on what stage you're at in your career. And I say that because I see a lot of new people who are just coming out of school and they haven't gotten their feet yet wet yet in the salon, and they're ready to go out and do platform work or hair artistry, and that's fine to do that. But you just want to know what your goal is. If your goal is to build a clientele in the salon and you're out of the salon most of the time doing platform work or whatever you're doing, then that makes it difficult for you to build up your clientele. You said he's in?
Can you send a request?
Reggie, she's still waiting on you to send your request. I don't know. Okay. So basically, Michelle, my answer to your question is it's all based on where you're at in your career. It's never too early, it's never too late. You just want to know that you're ready. Doing stepping out doing contract work, there's nothing wrong with that, especially if it's something that you feel comfortable doing. If you feel comfortable doing it, go ahead and do it. Whatever it is, well, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and start. If it's something that if it's your long-term goal to be a platform artist and you feel like you want to get your feet wet and do a little work here and a little work there, that's fine. It's never a specific time. My only thing is make sure that you uh, focus on what your goal is. If you are trying to build a clientele and you are trying to make money in the salon, I see too many people that are new in the industry and they spread their wings. They're over here working and they haven't built a clientele yet, and they're leaving out on a Friday or a Saturday, going over here because somebody need them to do this, or they just might want to do that, and they have no loyalty or no dedication to their clients and building up that clientele. And then what happens? A year goes by or 2 years go by and they're ready to quit. They're ready to leave the industry because they have not dedicated themselves and they weren't able to build their clientele up the way they were supposed to. So, yes, I strongly encourage contract work or any type of platform or any type of work you want to do outside of the salon. But if that's not your, if being in the salon is your long term goal, then you want to make sure you're putting in your time to build your clientele. Okay. So that was my answer to that, Michelle. I hope I've answered your questions, you guys. If you find any of this information valuable, please put a message down in the comments, like it, share it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how I can improve it. whatever it is that you can do. I'm still trying to get Reggie in here. Give me 1 second, you guys. Why am I hearing myself? Comments.
Oh, Michelle Lynn, that's a real person.
Mm. I have no idea what's going on. I guess he didn't send a request.
I didn't receive it. And it's not giving me the option to add. See, it gave me the option to add it earlier.
Okay. So you guys, I apologize. I apologize. I can't figure out how to bring my guest in.
This takes time.
And you guys have to excuse me. That's a part of growing as well. I'm on a new platform and I'm doing some new things because all my broadcasts, I'm being broadcast on Instagram, Facebook, my Facebook page, my Facebook group. So when you're trying out new things, sometimes you have these little glitches, and that's what I'm having right now. Reggie is still here, and I'm still trying to bring him in. And I can see right here, Reggie. You know what? Let me send you this. It's in right there. It's in that phone right there. It's a link that I can send him on that phone. And he could have been on this one. Okay. I think he had to use that link in this. Excuse me, you guys. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Copy.
Send it here.
Okay. Okay. So what was the second question, Uniqua?
The second question came from Mariama,
Okay.
and she wants to know, why are people not doing relaxers anymore, and will it ever get popular again, do you think?
Okay, so Mariama asked the question, why are people not wearing relaxers anymore, and will relaxers ever get popular again? That's a good question, Mariama. So this is, thank you, Michelle, you're here. Okay, Reggie, click on that link right. Okay, let me see if I see Reggie right there. Reggie McGlawn. He said send it to. Oh, shucks. Reggie, I sent you a link. Click on the link that I sent you to your number. Anyway, so the next question is from Mariama. She asked the question, will relaxers basically, what was her question? I'm sorry, about relaxers.
Why don't people get
Why
relaxers
don't people
anymore?
get relaxers anymore? And will they ever be popular again? Relaxers will always be around, Mariama. They'll always be around, but relaxers will probably never be what they used to be. We are educated now. Black people are educated about their hair. We're knowledgeable about what we can do to our hair. Our forefathers, our parents weren't as knowledgeable about what we can do to our hair. We thought we had to perm our hair to get straight hair. And we found out over the last 10 years that we can press our hair and get straight hair without chemicals, or we our hair is not nappy. See, back in the day, we were taught that our hair was nappy and it wasn't pretty, but we have beautiful hair, and our hair is not nappy. Our hair is curly, it's overly curly. And so we've learned more about our hair. We've learned the right products to use on our hair. We've learned what to do with our hair naturally. And we naturally, Black people have naturally have naturally have beautiful hair. So while I think there are people that want to keep their hair perm, especially the older generation, because that's what they have worn for so many years, but I don't think relaxers will ever be what they used to be. Now, will something else come out like how 20 years ago the permanent waves came out and people were wearing the jerry curls and all of that stuff, and that came out of nowhere and it just blew up. Will something like that come out again? Absolutely, I'm sure eventually. I'm not exactly sure what that will be. A lot of people have been asking that question, but to answer your question, Mariama, I do not think that relaxers will ever be what they used to be. We have learned about our hair and we've upgraded, and it's beautiful and we love it. And I don't think people will go back. I don't think, every now and then you have some that want to get a relaxer. And most of the time when they do, they end up reverting back or they regret that they put the relaxer in their hair. So we've just learned more and it's better for us. There it is. Is that him? Reggie, I think I see you. Okay. Oh, you removed him.
He's still mad. And turn his camera on.
Turn your camera on, Reggie. I see you. He probably said.
He's on.
There you are. I am so sorry.
My phone.
I am
I
so
don't. My.
sorry. I can't hear you now.
You cannot hear me.
A little bit now. Move it again.
Say, hold on. Can you hear me now?
No, it's doing something. Is your microphone
Okay.
on?
My microphone is on. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me try.
It's just real staticky. I think it's
What about now?
your earphones. All right, say something now.
Take a look. Hold on.
Okay, I
There you are. Can you hear me now?
I can hear
Okay.
you
Yes, I just took my
now.
headphone off.
Thank
So
you.
I'm gonna try to hold this.
Everybody, this is Reggie McGlone from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with the Empowerment Zone radio show. Reggie, I will let you introduce yourself, and you heard what we've been talking about. I really want you to speak on your specialty. You love to network and bring people together and different things like that. But talk to the people about building their businesses and basically different tools and ways that they can, attract new clients, potential clients.
Okay. What about can you hear me now as I speak?
I can hear you very clearly.
Very clearly. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Reginald McGlone. I'm a community liaison for Home Care Agency based in Philadelphia. We have about 300 employees. We're owned by two African American women. The company we started about 6 months ago, 6 years, I'm sorry, ago. I started 4 years ago. They had maybe 50 clients. They're well over that, and they're doing phenomenal now. The company was voted the #1 small minority-owned business in southeastern Pennsylvania. We got an award from Congress, and we got an award award was presented by the mayor of Philadelphia. We were in Oprah's magazine. We're very, very, very well known in the Tri-County of Philadelphia, and we're very politically connected. Amanda was talking to you about resources. I think I heard earlier about your resources and you're dealing with Facebook and social media. My claim to fame was radio. I spent time. I'm in radio. I have been in radio for 20 years, but only as a marketer, not as a radio talk show host. So the way that the company was built, it was built on building up um, people to listeners for our audience. Our audience was at our peak was 30,000 people. And out of 30,000 people, you don't get 30,000 consumers, but you do get a lot. You get a percentage of that. So that's part of my background. My other part of my background is my brother and I owned one of the largest mortgage and insurance companies in Philadelphia area. That was about 10 years ago. We sold it. It was called McGlawn. We started in the basement of my brother's house, a lot of you are not as old as I am. 64. We had call waiting back then, and there was no like hold or whatever. You had call waiting, but we went from his basement to owning a building that was $250,000, and we had at that time 30 employees. So marketing is a tool to succeed. You can have the best product in the world, and if no one knows about your product, then you're not going to sell it, and you will not be a success. The most should I say, the person that makes the occupation that makes the most money in the whole world is sales. Bill Gates could not have made as much money with Microsoft, or Apple company could not have made as much money if no one sold that product. So as you go out and you are a hairdresser, you know that there's some beauty salons where the people are doing a lot of business and they're not great, but they have great marketing tools and they got good business ethics that sometimes people just want to be a part of that crowd. Now, the question you ask yourself, the questions every morning when you get up, you should be ready to run. Every morning when I get up, this is what I say to myself. I am blessed by the best and destined for success. It's up to me to do my best to make this world a better place for everyone. There's nothing to it but to do it. And once I do it, ain't no sound. Now you say, why would you say that every day? Because some days I get up, my knees are hurting, and I don't feel like going to work. Some days I get up, I have problems from the day before, and I don't want to go to work. Some days my wife is right next to me, get on my last nerve, and I want to run to work. But this keeps myself saying that I am focused. I know what my day will consist of. My day consists of me doing the best I can to motivate myself, to motivate other people, so we all can get the job done. If you're walking into your place of business thinking about how the lights got cut off last night or how the lights will be cut off, and that's all that's on your mind, then your lights will be cut off and your business will suffer. If you constantly think about how, okay, I've got baby needs a new pair of shoes, but I have to juggle this over. The baby will always need a new pair of shoes. You will always need something. Something always will go wrong, but your business has to be your baby, because you have your business, and your business is there to help you take care of your children, to keep the lights on, and to make payroll. Now, that does not mean that you can take your mind off of it and not prepare for payroll. You knew payroll was coming a week ago. So why are you upset now? You know that every Friday, everyone wants to get paid. So why are you upset now? You should have prepared for a week or two of where the money's coming for payroll, or a week or two where the money's coming from rent, for the rent, or anything else that you need to survive in your business. Amanda,
Yes,
is there any way to take questions if anyone
absolutely.
has
If
any?
anyone has any questions, they can post them. But I have a question for you. Um,
Yes.
One of the questions that I wanted to ask you, because I know you used to do a lot of networking um, through meeting people. What is your suggestion to people now? I mean, we know COVID is going on and people can't get out the way they used to, and a lot of people are doing everything online and things like that. What type of advice will you give people as far as outside of social media? You know, what else can they do outside of social media? Because I know you don't, you hire people, you big time, you hire people to do all your social media stuff, but there are
Well,
some
I
people.
did, Amanda, and I stopped that because it got to be too much. Our company is growing so fast. I was telling someone today that we're growing so fast that I really don't, sometimes I don't have time for radio.
Mhm.
And we'll talk about that later. But far as leads are concerned, we get more leads than we can handle. because I'm out there. Like here's a prime example. Because of the virus, you cannot go out and solicit. I used to speak to no less than 200 seniors on adults with disabilities a month and talk about our product and what we do and sell it. And that was a given, my minimum. Soon as the virus hit, you could not go into these buildings with seniors
Mhm.
and adults, our
Right.
clientele. So people start, if you look at television, you'll see all these home health aid ads on TV. Come here, and I decided, or we decided with the company, my CEO is, don't go chasing at the same piece of food that everyone else is chasing it. Let's do it a different way. Let's step aside. And here's a prime example. Tomorrow, Amanda, I got and partnered with a medical center, and they give out the free COVID testings.
Mhm.
So I decided to use my resources and get them to come into the buildings where the
Mhm.
seniors and
Mhm.
adults with disabilities are, and test them right in their building. Now, you know
Mhm.
what that means? Tomorrow, when I go into a building with 300 people, I will walk out with no less than 100 leads.
Wow. So you
How's that?
guys,
I
that
will
is
walk
a
out with
very
100 leads, 100 people. We have 300 with servicing, and you don't get them all. Everyone think, oh, because you have 300 here, no. And here's the strategy. People say think outside the box, but when you think outside of a box, you put yourself into another box. Your thoughts must be a continuum of thoughts, constantly thinking of new ways. Not reinventing the mousetrap, but making it a better mousetrap. Now,
Mhm.
tomorrow when I go there, we have what's called survival bags. You get 2 masks, you get a hand sanitizer, hand wipe, pen, notebook, and some other little trinkets in a nice bag. Everything has our company name on it.
Mhm.
Everything. You got even we have a little ad thing in it. All has a company name on it. Very neat and very clean. Now, to get one of these bags, you will have to get one of these bags. You have to sign for it. I'm gonna show you something. I have one here.
You guys, if you have any questions for
This
Reggie,
is our
feel free to
this is our
post them in the
hand
comments.
sanitizer right here. Has the company name on it. My Independence at Home. These are the wipes. They look nice. I don't know if you can see it now.
Yes, I
These
can
are the
see it.
wipes.
Mhm.
These are hand wipes. So people like these little gadgets, and they will say, I will say, I ask them, just put your sign. Give me your name. Give me your phone number. I don't need your address. I will call you later. Out
Mhm.
of 100 leads, Amanda, we're only looking for 5 potential consumers, but at
Wow.
least we have something to go after.
Right.
And we
Right.
have it where we are no longer throwing the net out there for everybody. We have targeted our market, and we're going after that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
That was a
one of the
great
ways that we
example.
get leads. The other thing is, you're right. I talk to everybody and anything walk me around me. We get leads from people that I give leads to. I don't ask for any money. If
Mhm.
I have a lead and I know that someone needs it, listen, I'll give you a lead, but give me something back.
Mhm.
And now some people always will take and not give back. There's a few of them out there, but majority of people, if you say, I'll say to someone today, I had a call and a young lady needed a doctor. So the medical center that we're affiliated with, I referred her to them. They referred 2 more clients to me today.
Mhm.
So we are reciprocating. We're doing back and forth. But there's some people I know that I've given leads to that has not given me the time of day. I shut them off
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
these extra leads do nothing for me to keep them. But if I share them with enough people, if I share them with 4 or 5 people and 2 of the 5 give me something back, I have 2 more consumers than I've had.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is there any other questions?
So basically, you're collaborating with other businesses and other organizations, which is a great way to help build your business outside of social media, because everybody thinks that everything has to be done on social media, but there are people that still like that personal touch and still want to see your face. And then there's people that like to be out there that way promoting their business.
You're right. And social media, which I found with social media, is that we only licensed in 5 counties. I had on one page, Amanda, 5,000 friends. I had on the Empowerment Zone page about 3,000. We had a total of 10,000 so-called Facebook friends. But if you live in California, I can't give you home care in Philadelphia. If you're living over across the seas, we can't provide you with that. So that's why I took the company to direct marketing. Now
Mm-hmm.
everyone says, "Oh, I got all these Facebook followers." There's a place in heaven for you. Question is, like Amanda said, you on there for how long? Hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? How much money is that putting back in your pocket? Now, if I were on in the beauty business, and I don't care what state I am, first of all, I would get to know my state representative because most of the beauticians are governed by the state. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So therefore, if you're governed by the state, there's someone in the one of your state representative or your excuse me, state or I
Well,
mean
the
the other
State
name will
Board of
come up.
Cosmetology. Mm-hmm.
Right, they are on the board somewhere.
Right.
I am very friendly with one of our state representative. That's your state representative, your state senator,
Mm-hmm.
the state representative that's on the board for seniors and adults. So
Mm-hmm.
they're my friends. And when
Mm-hmm.
something new, new law or bylaw, something come down the road, I'm there. But also, if I was in the beauty business, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The richest people in the country, or the people who have the most wealth, are seniors. Seniors, not these young ladies out here that's getting their hair done and buying. Seniors, and they're the easiest to service. If you were to get in, and set up a shop once a month in one of these senior homes, and all you're doing, you might not get as much money as you would do like hair on a Saturday from whoever's getting the weave. But if you sat there and you got 20, 30, 40 clients a month, and it could be on a Monday. It doesn't have to be on your business day. Most salons are closed on Mondays. It could be on your off day. You go into one of these seniors communities and set up shop. You'll be surprised how much money you'll make on top of what you're doing every day in your salon.
And it is a consistent income because they consistently get their hair done, and they are loyal to those who are doing their hair. Most seniors don't like a whole bunch of people in their hair, where young people, they go to this one for braids, they go to that one for a weave, this one they like the way they do ponytails, so they're going over here to that one. You want to build a good solid foundation of clients, and you don't want shop hoppers. You don't want the people that's all over town letting people damage their hair, and then when their hair get damaged, they're trying to find you so they can get a treatment. You want to build up a good clientele, especially those of you who are new coming in the industry and you need that extra income. Going to a senior home or focusing on that market is a good way to build a clientele and get the practice that you need as well. They're not as picky either.
Now, also, I know, and you have to know your communities. Some of these communities, these retirement communities, senior homes, some of them will have 50 units, some of them will have 500 units, and they're all throughout not only the county that you live in. Go to your neighboring county, and you'll be surprised of how much business you could pick up through going through these senior citizens buildings. And also, don't forget the men. Men like fresh cuts also. They
Mm-hmm.
probably fresh while they're there, but they like the fresh cut.
Mm-hmm.
And their family members sometimes will pay for it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if you get involved with the social workers, they are most of the social workers could be in 4 or 5 buildings, and they will get you in all. Once you're in one of the buildings, you can get into all the buildings. That's one of
Right.
my claim to fame in home care. I am in almost every building in the southwest of Philadelphia and their counties. I'm in all
Wow.
of them doing something. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how we get a lot of our referrals from the people within the building and from the social coordinators. That is one way of doing your business. And here's another one: giving your services away, finding needy young women looking for jobs, finding young men looking for jobs, and give out free haircuts once a month, or do hair for returning citizens. What that does is you can get picked up in a newspaper. They will cover that. You could get picked up on radio. They'll cover that. You can say, listen, you get together with a few of your beauticians and you want to give some haircuts to women, or do their hair. Women are the returning citizens. And if you don't think, by the way, get a media kit. and send that to your local news station, you could be sitting up there giving away a free haircut, and 1 million people could watch you do it because you're giving back to your community.
Mm-hmm.
People chase a dollar, and the people who chase a dollar will get that. If you do something from your heart, the money will follow.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and I opened a business, and this was 30 years ago. And I'm going to tell you, this is when a mortgage and insurance company. I can tell you where we started. We started in our basement. We made $1 million a year for 3 years by the time we were
Wow.
done.
Wow.
$1 million a year for 3 years. And now that's not a lot of money when you got a building, you got 30 employees, you're paying rent. I mean, not rent, you're paying a mortgage, you're paying heat, you're buying toilet paper. So you have to, that was before it's down to a profit. But the
Mm-hmm.
way we got there was I used to give away free mortgages. I would write them free for people who couldn't afford them.
Mm-hmm.
And then people say, look at the McLaws, they're doing this. And then all of a sudden the doors start open. The banks would give us people that they could not lend money to. They would refer them to us. And that's another way to be humble in what you do. I don't say give away the house, but show the people in your community that you care.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
also treat people nice, eat nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ones that do not treat you nice, you never know. They could have had a bad day and they could come back and give you more. I remember once during my tenure of in business, we were sued for something, and I was so angry at the guy who did the article. My picture was in the paper, and he made me look like a villain. He said to me, Reggie, I did you a favor. I said, why? He said, I put you on the front of the newspaper. And how many people are going to say, they did this for me, but then what can they do for me? And that's
Uh-huh.
exactly what it was. We went from writing $20,000 mortgages to writing $100,000 mortgages because the people really had the money and understood the mortgage industry start flooding into our doors. And it took me a year to realize that this man, he was right. Right? You give back no matter what people say about you. People, when you make it, they're going to talk about you. When you fail, they're going to talk
Absolutely.
about you. So therefore, you got to keep your head up. I don't want to keep talking, Amanda. If there's any more questions,
You did a great
I'd
job.
answer them.
Michelle Lynn said that's her goal to build up in the industry with the seniors. Do you have any questions, Michelle, for Reggie? Well, she's not on the screen, so she probably, she has to type it in.
Well,
But
you
Reggie,
get if Michelle wants my information, to contact me, please give it to her.
and she's in
Because
Harrisburg.
again,
She's
I
in
would never
Harrisburg.
know. I could tell you that the company I'm with, or they're in the millions.
Wow.
And again, there's two African American women. The company's owned by. They started 6 years ago, and they're doing phenomenal. And by the way, the virus has not stopped us at all. As a matter of
Awesome.
fact, our company is growing. Where a
Wow.
lot of home care agencies are falling off because they can't get the consumers like we got it when we were getting them. Thank you, Jesus. You have to say that. Um, but we're not hurting at all. And by the way, we have not laid off anyone during the pandemic.
Wow. That's awesome.
No one was laid off because of the pandemic, because of the virus. If you got laid off because you got fired
Right.
for not doing your job.
Right. So tell me this then. How can people reach you if they have a question? And just one quick question, another question that I have. We went a little over time a little bit, but that's okay. Um, that was my fault trying to get you in here. Another question that I have before you give me your information is there a way that people can advertise through radio? What is the
Well, they
deal with
can. Let me tell you. Here's weird. You said that. Today was my last day on Gospel Highway 11. All that, and the reason why is not because they kicked me off. They sold the land and they're building houses there.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they sold the land and all the towers,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to redevelop that whole part of where the station was. It's an older station, and the gentleman or the family owned it is retiring. But I've been on radio stations up and down the dial for 20 years. I'll just find another station. It's going to
Right.
take time to build up an audience. Radio, the radio station I'm on, or the way I do radio, it's an infomercial. Hi, my name is Reggie McGlaughlin. I'm the community liaison for My Independence at Home. If you and your loved ones are in need of credit, you dial, not of credit, I'm sorry, if you and your loved ones are in need of home care, you would dial boom, boom, boom. And then I own the time for an hour. And like today, I had doctors on, or I can have anyone on that I want. And in the meantime, I don't have to break for a commercial. I just do my advertisement for my independence at home. I
Right.
recommend that kind of advertisement versus sometimes commercials,
Mm-hmm.
because a commercial, you'll hear it. It's going to take 6 months, almost 3 to 6 months, if you're doing commercials on television or radio, for people to recognize you. If you think you're going to get on there and I got a commercial and you on 3, 4 times a day, and you're going to do it for a month or two, you're wasting your money. You have to dedicate 3 to 6 months of hearing the
Mm-hmm.
same thing and saying the same thing over and over and over again. After that, you'll start seeing results. Now, if you do radio, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna backtrack this. When my brother and I started, we had flyers. Believe it or not, you think I'm crazy. I would get up in the morning, take my kids to school, and then I would go door to door putting flyers indoors and
Mm-hmm.
flyers on the car windshield. And
Gone are
people would think,
those
Reggie, it
days.
was
Gone
crazy,
are
but you'd
those
be
days.
surprised. Out of every 50, 60, you might get one person. And that's all you need, because one person to tell another one. And I told this to our CEO about 2 months ago. I said, listen, why don't we just do boots on the ground? Why go and fight everybody out there on radio and television? Let's go out and get some of those lawn signs and put the
Mm-hmm.
lawn signs out there. Let's get about 500,000 of them and put them out there. And do you know that we got about 5 consumers from lawn signs?
Wow.
And our
Really?
company is not small. We just
Mm-hmm.
went there. We went to the places. We went to the senior homes. We went to the rehab homes, and we put them all out in front of there. We went to the supermarkets. 5 consumers. Now, that's a lot. Now, think about it. What it would cost you for radio? What it would cost you for television? What does it cost you for flyers or lawn signs? So you have to think, at this time and age, you gotta put your gorilla suit on and do some dirty work. You can't just think I'm gonna put a commercial out there and lay back. They're gonna call me.
Right.
No, you're gonna
Right.
need the commercial. You're gonna need the flyers. You're going to need the lawn signs. You're gonna need yourself looking sharp. You can't come out here looking tacky. I wear a
Right.
suit and tie almost everywhere. I think I wear one from the bed at times. But
Right.
you can't go out there looking tacky, telling someone you're a great beautician and you got head
Mm-hmm.
rollers in your head, pink rollers and a
Right.
scarf.
Right. Right. Yep. Absolutely. That is absolutely correct, you guys. This is Reggie McGlone, you guys, from Philadelphia. Reggie, how did we meet? I still can't remember this event that we were at.
We were in Harrisburg. One of the events we were in Harrisburg. That's the one you had. But
Okay.
there was
Okay.
another event we had. I don't know whether you gave it, or someone else that we met first before
Okay.
Harrisburg.
Okay.
And
Okay.
by the way,
Okay.
let me get into events, Amanda. I like marketing in front of a lot of people. I don't really like selling one person, because that one
Mm-hmm.
person can always walk away from you. Amanda, the events we would have events and never charge anyone for walking in the door. You're gonna say
Mm-hmm.
why? I would rent a room at the Holiday Inn or the Marriott,
Mm-hmm.
or somewhere that's really nice. I
Mm-hmm.
would get our last event we had at the Marriott. I think my last one was the Marriott, and I had 10 people, vendors, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, put your money together. We all put in, I think, no more than $200.
Mm-hmm.
So we had $2,000. We rented the place. We rented it an off hour during the week. We had a bar open for a little bit of time, and we gave them really finger food, and we did a networking event there.
Mm-hmm.
And we made sure that we had politicians there or someone of some type of fame. And
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you something, people thought we were millionaires, but that only cost us $2,000. But we made sure that we had a state representative come in, a state senator come in, or we had somebody who just wrote a book would come in. We would get keynote speakers to come in, and they
Mm-hmm.
went. They might, like one of the events we had. I got a gentleman who was one of the only African Americans that had build a an apartment from the ground up, with 50 unit apartments. People love to see stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And once you
Absolutely.
start doing that, people like, look, this guy, they got class. And let me tell you something, we counted every penny, every drink,
Mm-hmm.
All of that we counted. All the food came. We spent all that money just to make us look good, so people can come in, have a good time, and network.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. This is the networking king, you guys. And I thank you, Reggie, for coming on. I thank you for all this wonderful advice you gave. And I really appreciate it. So we are going to connect again soon. We have our podcast coming up soon that we'll be doing once a month. And so I'll be, getting back with you on some other things and, maybe trying to get to Philadelphia and do some things there. And of course, so there's always something going on. It's about collaboration, you guys. Basically, everything he just said about what he was doing, he was collaborating with other businesses, networking, coming together. That's what I was sharing with you last week. Excuse me, when I said there's ways to advertise and market online, and there are ways to do it offline. I love to do it online, but I also love geniuses like Reggie that specializes in doing it offline because it gives me an opportunity to do both. I like to keep my business out there. I like to stay ahead of the game. I like to be ahead of everything. So basically, that is another way is collaborating with other businesses, marketing your businesses together, coming together. He said a group of them, they didn't put in no more than $200, and they had a packed house, brought in guest speakers, brought in political people, politicians, and book, authors and different things like that, and didn't pay no more than $200, you guys, to put their name out there and market and network their business. That is networking that works. And there are several different ways that we can market and build our businesses. And another thing that he said was key. He said it takes 3 to 6 months. People want to do these commercials and they think it's going to happen overnight. Let me tell y'all, I know y'all want it to happen fast. And I'm here to help you get there as fast as possible. But it takes time to build your business. Don't think if you put an ad on Facebook today that tomorrow you're going to be making $1 million. No, you're going to have to run that ad over and over and over and over again. And eventually it will start to generate money. Eventually people will hear your name when they're sleeping. Your name will be ringing bells and all of that. So, but you have to be willing to invest in yourself. And speaking of investing in yourself, I'm Amanda Manigault, you guys. Do not forget to share, post, leave comments, tell me where you're from and what you do. Let me know everything about you so that I can help you. If you have questions, if you have concerns, send me a comment. Don't forget to join the page, Beauty Salons That Are Rising. It is a free group where you can join, ask your questions, post your comments, do whatever you want to do. And whatever I can help you with, I will. Reggie, can you tell them how to get in touch with you?
Yes, you can get in touch with me two ways. You can dial direct 267, area code 267 625 6938. That's 267 625 6938. The other is email reggiemcgl@gmail.com. reggiemcgl@gmail.com.
Good. And I will also post his information in the link as well, you guys, so that you'll have it there and it'll be there if you have any questions or concerns for Reggie. And we spoke on he spoke on the getting out, networking. One of the other things, I think I gave you guys 4 tools. The fifth tool was ads, Facebook ads, television ads, radio ads, being able to put your material out there doing ads. And just remember that once you put it there, that allows you to do other things to focus on money. Don't just put it out there and don't think you don't have to do nothing else. That just allows you to let that ad run while you're focusing on other areas that you can make money. You can go to the nursing home and pick up some clients there once a week, like he said, on a Monday when all the salons are closed and you don't have to be at work. Don't sit at home and don't do nothing. When I first started in this industry, let me tell you, I worked around the clock. I worked so much until now my goal is to teach you how to build your business and create success fast while designing the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. Because I didn't get a chance to live the lifestyle that I wanted because I was working. I was a workaholic. So I want to teach you how to do it without being a workaholic, being a smart individual, getting it done, and still making the money that you want to make and live the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of living. So that's my goal. And I just thank each and every one of you who joined us on air tonight. We will be here next Monday. And Reggie touched on sales a little bit. So next week, I want to continue on in sales and how to generate extra money out while you're building a client, while you're building a clientele. What type of products you can sell, how to sell those products, how to build those products, how to make that extra money to supplement your income while you're building up your clientele. Thank you, Reggie. Thank you for all the people who tuned in tonight. And for those who are going to tune in, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, today is what, Monday? Have a wonderful rest of the week. And we will see you next Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Okay?
Have a good week.
All right.